everyone, my name is Sydney Sozio, and today we're going to be talking about phylogenetic trees. Today's tree we're looking at has 9 different things, or species in this case, that keep me sane during this quarantine. The first thing I want to point out is that this tree is rooted, so it has one common ancestor that then branches out to form different internal nodes. By definition, internal nodes are just points where the different evolutionary lines break off. The tree also has an overall direction of evolution that it follows, which is another characteristic of a rooted tree. These nodes and branching evolutionary lines means that this tree is showing us an example of cladogenesis as opposed to anagenesis. If it were anagenesis, things are still evolving, but different species don't branch off. An example of this would be if I followed the speaker branch on the bottom and then it evolved to over-the-ear headphones and then earbuds, since they're all pretty similar. The most recent common ancestor is the youngest ancestor that a group of species has in common. So say this tree was part of a bigger tree called Things in Sydney's Life. The most recent common ancestor in this tree would be things that keep Sydney sane during the quarantine, because everything in this tree has that in common. Most recent common ancestors can be found at the nodes of branches. The next thing I want to talk about is the distance between each species. These are measured in ODUs, or operational taxonomic units. ODUs measure the differences in RNA sequences of closely related individuals. So here you can see that Cameron and Loki are close together and would therefore have a shorter ODU distance than Cameron and colored LEDs because they have a little bit less in common. The last vocab word of the day is outgroup, which just means a group that is the most distantly related from everything else on a tree. Here, the outgroup is alcohol because it's the one thing on this tree that I consume. Now for an explanation of the rest of the relationships here. The first differentiator, like I mentioned earlier, is consumable versus non-consumable. The next differentiator on the tree is living or non-living. My brother Cameron and our dog Loki are both living things. They are the most closely related to each other on this tree. The next characteristic that branches the tree at a node is keeps me from turning into a couch potato or sports equipment. Volleyball and penny boards are both used in various athletic activities, so they're closely related to each other. Next are all the things that remind me of the concerts I was supposed to enjoy this summer that are now canceled, or music. My guitar is first, since it's the only instrument on here. My speaker and LED lights are broken off into technology, and the last group is clothing, which rape glasses fall under. I hope this has taught you some more about genetics, or at least given you a few things to help keep you sane during this quarantine.